everyone and welcome back to a new video. Last year, June was a very special reading month. It was called Japanese June and there were a bunch of reading challenges, but ultimately it was about reading a lot of Japanese books in June. I haven't heard anyone discuss this year, so I don't know if it's officially organized again, but I really liked the idea last year. I figured the best way to start Japanese June is with a all Japanese book haul, and probably this also serves as a type of June TBR. Apart from like 2 buddy reads that I have planned to take place in June, which are non-Japanese books, I'm planning on only reading Japanese fiction. Also, I'm not just wanting to read these books, I wanted to review each of them after I read them, because I know a lot of you were excited for my Japanese Madness series. I have 9 books to show you guys that I've bought for Japanese June, so let's get into these books. The first 2 books that I bought were 2 Japanese modern classics, and the first one is The Sound of Waves by Yukio Mishima. I read my first Mishima book in March, and that was A Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea. I have a review made for that. I really enjoyed it. I thought the symbolism was great. I loved the writing. So I'm going to read another one by him. I was actually looking for Confessions of a Mask, but I didn't find it at the used bookstore that I went to. So I got this instead, which I believe is a love story. And it's going to be very interesting because I don't really see Mishima writing love stories after I read The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea. The next book that I bought is Naomi by Junichiro Tanizaki. I don't know anything about this book except that I believe it features a woman whose name is Naomi. And I also believe it's some sort of love story. I know that the lady at the used bookstore was very impressed with my choices when I bought these 2 books, so hopefully they were really good picks. Next up, I managed to get the last book by Yoko Ogawa that was published into English that I didn't have, and I managed to get it from Book Outlet for quite cheap, so I'm really proud of my achievement, and that is Revenge. This contains 11 tales by Yoko Ogawa, and I'm so excited because I read her other novellas and I love them, and I've heard really good things about this. Next up, I have Goth by Otsuichi. I know this author writes very dark, creepy, crazy things. I haven't read anything by him. I know he has another book called Zoo. This one I think is about a girl who has a strange fascination with serial killers, and there are some serial killings going on in a nearby city or town, and she wants to attract this guy's attention, so she starts doing really weird things. It sounds really interesting. Next up, another book that I've heard was really creepy and disturbing is Now Youre One of Us by Asa no Nami. I have seen this book so much in my Goodreads recommendations and my suggestions in Amazon after I bought Out and Grotesque by Natsuo Kirino. This has the most irking cover I've ever seen. I just want to like rip it off. There's this hair on the soap, which just... Another book that was on my wish list and on my suggestions on Amazon forever is Autofiction by Hitomi Kanehara. I've already read Snakes and Earrings by Kanehara and I really liked it. I really liked the writing in that book. I really liked the book itself, so I was dying to get another book by her. I have no idea what this is about, but like I said, it was just like an author buy. A super small book on this list was recommended to me by one of my subscribers when I announced the Japanese Madness series, and when she mentioned it, I also remembered seeing it on Sabrina's channel from Unmanaged Mischief, and that is Schoolgirl by Osamu Dazai. And this is just a super tiny story novella which follows just a regular day in a schoolgirl's life in Japan. I really liked this cover. That's pretty much all I know about it, and I've never read anything by this author. Last 2 books that I bought from a Japanese bookstore. My husband and I went to see some really good friends of ours in Southern California for Memorial Weekend, and we ended up going to a Japanese bookstore. There's a whole Japanese complex there which has a supermarket, a food court with just Japanese food and home decor and toy stores, and it has also a bookstore, and it was so exciting. I spent like a few hours there and I was so happy. Obviously, I've bought 2 books. One of them has been out of stock from Amazon for ages, and that is All She Was Worth by Miyuki Miyabe, and I think this is also a mystery thriller. It was selected as Best Mystery and Best Novel of the Year. This has been on my wish list for ages. I haven't heard many people mention this on YouTube. One of my subscribers recommended a trilogy by Miyuki Miyabe. I think it was called The Puppet, but I couldn't find that one, so I picked this one up instead. And last but not least is a book that I have never in my life heard of, and for once I bought it because of the translator, and it is Astrid A Girl by Otaro Maijo, and it's translated by Stephen Snyder. Stephen Snyder is the translator who's translated all of Yoko Ogawa's books, and I really loved the writing in Yoko Ogawa's books, and a lot of it is also the translator making it sound so good in English. It has pretty average reviews on Goodreads. Nothing makes it sound super great, but hopefully I'm gonna enjoy it. These are all my Japanese books that I've bought recently. I'm hoping to read a lot of these during June, and I will hopefully have reviews for all of these for you guys. If I don't have video reviews, follow me on Goodreads and I will have at least a rating and a few words about how I felt. Let me know down below if you've read any of these or what you thought about them. I will see you soon in a new video. Have a really great day and thank you for watching. Bye.